Relationships are failing at an alarming rate. Divorce rates are up, and the number of people projected to be single by 2030 is outrageous. There's a large group of people who are choosing to opt out and not even attempt to find someone to be in a committed relationship with. You see it a lot with men and women nowadays. And there's a large group of kids that, they don't even know how to talk to other kids. They don't have good social skills. And it seems like we're in an all-out loneliness epidemic. And then you have the group of people that feel like there are more incentives not to be in a relationship than to be in a relationship. So it seems like for people who are going out and trying to find somebody to be with in the long term, it seems like the odds are stacked against you. So this video is for my people who have found somebody, or maybe you're just testing the waters out with somebody, you're in a dating situation and you're ready to go to long term with this person and you want your relationship to last through 2025 and beyond. Because your relationship will be tested. It's going to be tested by exes. It's going to be tested by things happening in the world. It's going to be tested by your financial status. It's going to be tested by a lot of different things. So I'm going to give you 7 things that you can do and implement into your relationship to make sure you last through 2025 and beyond. Number 1 is going to be communication. You and your partner are going to need to establish good communication from the beginning of your relationship. It's going to be so important for you both to feel comfortable coming to each other and talking about anything. If one of you guys has a problem, if one of you guys has something that you don't like, if you're coming into a relationship and you have certain standards, then these things need to be laid out. This is how you develop proper communication in your relationship. And having that proper communication set up from the beginning is going to make sure your relationship lasts for years and years and years. Number 2, listening. You and your partner are going to have to become great listeners. Being a great listener is part of being a good communicator, but I wanted to put emphasis on listening because listening is so important in a relationship. A lot of people listen to just respond instead of listening to understand. It's okay to listen to what your partner has to say and take some time. And, this is something that I do. If my girl tells me something and I don't want to respond right away to it, then sometimes I might take a day just to think about it and ponder on it, especially if she told me something that may have made me want to react emotionally in that moment. Sometimes it's better to take a step back so I can completely understand what she was trying to convey to me. So listening and being a good listener to your partner is going to be very important if you want your relationship to last in 2025. Number 3 is going to be honesty, man. You want to establish honesty in the beginning of your relationship because you want your partner to love the real you. Because if they don't love the real you, then that's just not the person for you. So you want to have that relationship where both of you are comfortable with answering any question the other person has, understanding that it's best for everything to be laid out on the line so we don't have anything popping up later down the line. You want your partner to know that real version of yourself so you can be comfortable with your partner. You don't want to have to be in a relationship wearing a mask or hiding things or worrying about something coming up that you didn't tell them about. It's better to just be upfront with your partner from the beginning. This will build trust and respect later down the line if they choose to be with you after you be honest with that person. So number 4, this is very important if you want to have a long-lasting relationship, is taking time to live unplugged, man. So many people spend so much time on social media, comparing their lives to other people, looking at other people's relationships, comparing what other people got going on with what they got going on. And this is going to breed discontentment. This is going to make you guys unhappy if you continuously are comparing yourselves to other people. You don't want to have a relationship like that. You want to be able to live in a space where you guys are like in your own bubble. If you're in your own bubble and you don't really allow too much outside influence on your relationship, you're going to have a long-lasting relationship. The people who are breaking up every other day or as soon as they have one little small problem, they are too plugged into the world. They got too many people in their business also. That's another important thing that I'm gonna add in with this one, living unplugged. The internet shouldn't know your relationship problems. Really, nobody but you, your partner, and God should know about any little disagreements or any small petty arguments that you guys have. The people who relationships end very fast are the same people that as soon as they have a problem, they're going to tell their friends about it. They're going to tell their parents about it. They're going to go to the internet and talk about the problems they're having in their relationship to the internet. This is not a smart thing to do. This is why I said it's best to live unplugged when you're in a relationship. Next up, we have being able to grow together. Being able to grow together in a relationship is so important because you guys are going to grow. You know, you're going to grow, and it's either you're going to grow together or you're going to grow apart when you're in a relationship. The person that you got with 6 months ago is probably not going to be the same person that you're with today. People change through the seasons, and people change through different life experiences, and as life goes on. So you want to make sure that you and your partner are growing together. Y'all are, learning new things. Y'all are trying new things. Y'all are seeing the world. Y'all are getting new experiences out of life and, doing some of that stuff together. So you have shared memories and you have things that you can talk about that aren't just gossip and just BS, You want you and your partner to be becoming the best versions of yourselves. And if y'all are both focused on being the best versions of yourselves, then y'all are both going to be good for each other. So growing together with somebody is going to be so important because let's say, okay, you're the only person that's really growing in a relationship. The other person isn't really making any progress with their life, or they're kind of staying in a stagnant type of frequency. You're not going to want to be with this person as you keep on leveling up in life. That's why you want to make sure y'all are growing together. Because at the end of the day, y'all are supposed to be one. Y'all are supposed to be connected. She's supposed to be his rib, So at the end of the day, y'all want to make sure that y'all are developing and growing together as a team and as a unit and as a family. Now, last but certainly not least, is going to be us over I. Us over I is so important because, as you get into a relationship, as you get married, as you decide to have a family, as you decide to have kids, you're not going to wake up every day liking the person that you're next to. And it could be because they did something, and it could be because something that you're going through personally. It could be for whatever reason, right? And a lot of people in today's generation, when they're going through something like that, that's when they decide to clock out and leave the relationship. No matter if y'all have kids, if you're married or whatever, they're just ready to go. And for your relationship to be successful, you cannot move like that. It has to always be us over I. What is best for us? What is best for the family? Because if you're just making decisions based on what's best for you, then your relationship is not going to last. Sometimes you got to put your emotions to the side and decide, okay, we have kids, what's best for them. Because at the end of the day, once kids are involved, then it really has to be us over I, because you can't be selfish. Your kids are going to need you regardless of how you're feeling emotionally. And it's always going to be best for a child to have two parents in the home together that also love each other and also showing respect to each other. So I'm saying in most instances, if you're not being physically or mentally abused, or they're not just completely disrespecting you, and it's just something petty and something that you guys can get over and work towards, better results later on with whatever type of situations you go through in your relationship, then it's best to work together over leaving somebody over something that can be worked through. So this was how to make your relationship last in 2025 and beyond. I do like seeing love, man. I like seeing love. I like seeing people, get together, come together, have relationships, and however they may look, because I don't think it's one singular form of how love looks. Some people like monogamous relationships, some like poly relationships. Do whatever you want to do, as long as you following these guidelines I gave you. You really can't go wrong. You need communication. You need to be good listeners. You need honesty from the beginning of that relationship. You need to live unplugged, man. You gotta be able to check out from the world and just focus on what y'all got going on. You need to be growing together, making sure that both of y'all are constantly focused on becoming the best versions of ourselves, because that's the best thing you can do for your partner, is to become the best version of yourself. That's the best thing you can do for them. And then, as always, you have to remember, it's us over I. It's us over I always, at all times. And I know that may be hard, and I'm not saying that if somebody is, like I said, somebody completely disrespecting you, you going through any type of abuse, then get out of there. Get out of there, right? We all know that, right? But for most instances, when we see people breaking up, it's over petty, small things that could have been worked on. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, give your boy a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any other ways that someone can make sure the relationship works in 2025 and beyond, drop it down in the comments. As always, love y'all. I'm out.